जिनसे प्राण पाए याद आए क्यों जिनसे प्राण पाए देखा कौन इतना प्यार आपके सिवाय आपकी याद
Welcome home. Welcome to the sweetest, the most beloved home. Our original home, our eternal home, our one and only home. Is this association with the physical world? Is what we see with these eyes our home? Probably not. We start to experience and to understand that this temporary, ever-changing, unpredictable physical identity is not our home. Our home is not in the physical houses. Our home is not in these physical countries. Our home is in a land that is entitled Duradesh, the land from far, far away. And we have understood why we are calling this land, this home, the Duradesh, the land from far, far away. Because it is very far from the ordinary consciousness of being a body. Our home is not a place in space and time. Our home is not a country, even though we can call it a very pure land, a very pure world. But even though we call it a world, we understand it is more like an awareness. Our home is an environment, is a place, is a way of being, identity of the true self. In our home, we are who we truly are. We are our true selves. We are in the awareness of being a soul. And not only in the awareness of being a soul, but we are in the awareness of being the eternal soul in a bodiless form. Now, whilst we are speaking and listening here, we are in the awareness that we are a soul with a body. If we completely forget and if we do not study the spiritual knowledge, we start to believe we are just a body. And from believing that we are just a body, to start to defeat others, to defend our bodies, to try to conquer other bodies, to try to show others how good our bodies are. And from here, there is one step to war. There is just one step to conflict. There is just one step to complete sorrow. Right now, what we see in this world is sorrow and only sorrow. No one can say that there is any trace of happiness left in this world. Whatever happiness human beings are experiencing, it is a deception. It is a deception that will pull them further away in the spiral of sorrow and only sorrow. Our only hope, our only solution is to return to our origins. And we really want to return back home. Who would not want to be back in their home of perfection, peace, comfort, and God's company? We were discussing these days that our home is a place where God is. And God is remembered in all the spiritual schools, in all the religious traditions, as the one who is the Savior, the one who is the liberator. Liberator from what? Oh Prabhu, they are calling out to him. Oh God, oh the highest on high one, come and save us. Come and remove us from this tremendous sorrow that we are experiencing. Oh God, come and liberate us from sorrow. This is remembered in all our spiritual traditions, in all the religions. Why is it remembered? Because truly God, the Supreme Soul, is the one that can alleviate our sorrow, is the one that can remind us of our original eternal home. And once He had reminded us, we have to return back home by remembering ourselves the way back home. Each and every one of us has been a resident of that home, and we do not lose that status. We still belong to that home, even though we have been on this very long and tiring journey through the physical world. We still belong to that place, we still are residents of that place, even though right now we consider ourselves to be owners in the physical world. By returning into the awareness of the home, we return back to that original peace, to that original silence, to that original rest and comfort. And we experience once again the company of God. In the experience of the home, we realize that our mind is a mind that has the ability to be at complete peace, at complete rest. There is the ability to have only one thought, the thought of being the truth, the thought of being in the company of truth. In the home, the soul is aware of being eternal, of being divine, of being unique and independent. And the eye of the soul, the divine intellect, is contemplating the qualities of God. The soul is seeing the qualities and the powers of the Supreme Soul. In the home, we are as if fully attentive to God, being able to stay connected with that unlimited peace, unlimited silence, unlimited comfort. We are united in our minds with the mind of God. When the mind is united with the mind of God, what we experience is perfection. We experience a sense of being reunited. We experience equality. We experience we have attained everything we wanted to attain. We experience being at peace at last. There is no place to go. The intellect is no longer searching. All the search has finished. In this reunion with God, we understand it is a reunion of the mind, of the intellect, and of the personality. The soul remains independent, a unique being of light, and so does God. We do not merge into the being of God, and we do not merge into any kind of light. It is an experience of the mind that it is reunited with the mind of God. In the ordinary consciousness, we often have this experience that our mind is in balance, and it is as if resonating with the mind of another human being. When that is happening, it is as if our minds are having similar thoughts, similar emotions. We are as if connected. Here, yoga means connection. So in our home, we are completely connected, mind and intellect, with the mind and intellect of the Supreme Soul, the Almighty God. When this is happening, we realize that our levels of peace become equal. It is as if you put two glasses with water and the two glasses can communicate. And when the two glasses can communicate, the water will go from one glass to the other until it will reach an even level in both of them. It is our experience in the home that when the mind and the intellect are connected with God, the peace, the silence, the goodwill that are ever pure in God's mind become our reality. We realize that equality in peace with the peace of God. And we become full once again. We become aware of our completeness, of our perfection. In this reunion, the eye of the intellect remains concentrated on God. It is as if we do not lose God of our sight. He is a companion and a host in the home. And this is the same for all souls. As we mentioned, in this awareness we see the way God sees. And we realize that feeling of equality, that all souls are alike. All souls are in the same form in the home. They are as if in the form of a tiny star of light, unique, independent, and radiant. All souls are in the form of tiny light, tiny star of light, radiating peace, radiating silence. They are completely content, satisfied, at rest, in full comfort and in full union with God. What else would you want? There is no restless, there is no peacelessness, there is no upheaval in our home. Everyone is happy and content. And everyone is feeling that deep connection with God. That deep feeling of belonging to the highest on high. In the home, our perception of God is that He is a soul. He or she doesn't really matter. There is no gender in our home. Truly, all souls are alike. Souls are souls. They don't have a gender. And so does the Supreme Soul. As we discussed, all souls are in that home living beings, conscious beings, and so is God. And all souls in the home are without any image. We cannot really describe the image of a soul. All we can say is that a soul is a soul. And we have to understand with the divine intellect, what does it mean to be a soul? We cannot put an image on the soul. We cannot say it is a star. We can say it is like a star. We can say it is like a point. But truly the soul is incorporeal, and so is God. The form of the soul and the form of the Supreme Soul is the same in the whole. So if we understand our original, eternal, divine form, we can also understand and relate to God in the same way. We do not stay always in the awareness of the home. From the awareness of the home, the human soul will switch into the awareness of being a visitor in a physical world. Let us take this journey now, the journey away from our home. As we have experienced now how it is to be in the home, let us experience how it is to come out of the home. To come out of the home, the soul has taught to experience that physical world, that matter, that association with something that is constantly changing. Our home is never changing. Our home is a home of peace, silence, and stillness. With this one thought, the soul is switching from home to this place that they are visiting. This place where in the awareness, a lot of impressions are arising. The soul becomes associated with a human body. And in this association, impressions start to come from the eyes, from the ears, from all sense organs. The mind is used now to perceive the physical world. These impressions build up, and the soul has to make sense of that. Everything is brand new. Now, with being in the home eternally, and has always been in the home, and always has been looking at God, the soul that comes into the association with the physical world, the divine intellect, will have the same tendency to see perfection. God is not coming into the awareness of the physical world as human souls do. So when the human soul comes in the physical world, there won't be anyone who is God. But they will start to see others as if they are like God. And this ability to see others as being God-like, it is a beauty of the soul. It is a beauty and it is a personality that is original and eternal in the soul. Due to our existence eternally in our home, due to our love and ability to concentrate and to focus on the perfection of God. When human souls go into the physical world, they will have this interest, this tendency, this stability of intellect to look at other souls with that kind of reverence, with that kind of appreciation. You are beautiful. You are perfect. You are divine. You are like God. Even though they don't remember God in the physical world, they don't know God in the physical world, but they have that vision of others. And the way it feels when you look at someone else as if they are divine, perfect, celestial, God-like, angel-like, it feels like heaven on earth. And this is what souls are creating when they are coming first in the awareness of the physical world. Coming straight from the awareness of the home into the physical world, they are creating heaven on earth. They are experiencing the best possible ever life. How would you feel if someone else would look at you as if you are perfect? You are sublime. You are the most beautiful being on earth. You would feel like you are in heaven, wouldn't you? So they do feel like they are in heaven, and their vision, their thoughts, their attitudes create heaven on earth. This is the awareness of being completely peaceful. Because in the home, we are in the awareness of being 100% secure, safe, protected by the company of God. In the awareness of the physical world, in this heaven-like world, the souls are feeling always secure, are always peaceful. It is described in our scriptures as param ahimsa, supremely non-violent. And it is also described in most of the religions and the spiritual traditions as a world of paradise, a world of complete harmony, unlimited happiness, prosperity. The health of the body is a result of the health of the mind. When the switch of the awareness takes place from home to physical world and heaven results from that, the mind is in the understanding that we are souls, we are perfect, we are complete, we are beautiful, we are truthful, we are peaceful, we are loveful, and we definitely are knowledgeful. Our knowledge in that awareness, when we have just arrived from the awareness of the home, our knowledge is that of a very wise, innocent, pure being of light. And the wisdom resides in the fact that we know to stay away from any attraction from the physical world. In that awareness, the physical world represents just an image, just a feel, just a scenery that is beautiful to appreciate, but nothing more. Our whole consciousness is in contemplating the beauty of our souls. We are aware of the radiance of our souls, and we are contemplating the beauty and the truth of the other souls. Our whole existence in this heaven-like world is an existence of beauty, truth, and appreciation. Our mind is connected with the minds of the other souls, and we just find them wonderful. Everything is wonderful, and everyone is wonderful, is truly heaven on earth. What we perceive from the nature is just secondary scenery. And the nature is really appreciating our detachment. The nature reflects our minds, reflects our purity and our highest quality of thoughts, attitudes, and emotions. In this awareness, nature is mirroring every single thought. We look at each other and we feel we are beautiful. Nature will create beauty in a normal and natural way. We look at each other and we feel we are so lucky, so rich, so wealthy, and so healthy. And nature will create that to mirror our wealth of virtues and divine qualities. It is an invaluable life. It is a life of perfection. It is a life of divinity on earth. It is a life mentioned in all cultures, paradise, heaven. It is mentioned that earth is populated by these god-like beings. In some traditions, they are called gods and goddesses. In another traditions, they are called deities. They have names as Zeus or Apollo or Athens. They are understood as being not aware of any dying ever. In certain traditions, they are mentioned like Dachi. They were having no fear ever of leaving the body because they knew they are immortal. When we come from the awareness of the home into the awareness of the physical world, there is that sense that we are imperishable. We are eternal. We have always existed and we will exist forever. This is the beginning of our journey in the physical world. And this is the beginning of our descent. From being equal in our minds in peace with God, the human souls are coming on the physical stage of this planet Earth, and they start their descent. Every second, every moment spent in the association with the physical world represents another step down the ladder of the consciousness. We are only coming down. And that is a memorial of souls coming down from the sky of the earth. As we discussed, there is no home up there or earth down below. There is no difference of space and time, but it is the awareness that is coming down from the highest on high awareness of the home on the awareness of this physical association with the body, with the possessions, with matter. Let us tap into our awareness of the home now once again and join us tomorrow to continue our journey through the association with the physical world. To be in the home once again, all we have to do is to create that feeling of being detached, supremely detached from the body and from the entire physical world. Detached as if we are Duradesh, far, far away. And then there is a leap of faith. We are as if taking a jump from the ordinary consciousness into the awareness of the whole. We are in the whole. We are in the presence of God. The soul is contemplating the qualities of the Supremes in silence. Thank you for joining. I hope you are enjoying this journey from home into heaven, and let's see what happens next. Join us tomorrow to continue this journey. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining. Bye-bye.